Welcome to this emergently scheduled Play PSVR2, the podcast. This is the only emergency podcast we've ever done. And listen, everyone knows why we're here. Neon Hat is 60% off in the PlayStation Store. It's only $5.99.
Get it now.
Get it now. It's a blue light special, or is it red light special? Whatever special it is, it's there. That's why we're here, right, Alex? I can't think of any other reason I would want to talk to you this late on a Wednesday.
Well, I had the physical copy of Neon Hat, but I'm tired of swapping out discs, so I'm super pumped to get a digital copy of it.
You're always playing Neon Hat and then That Guy VR. Neon Hat, your disk drive's burning.
I'm flipping, I'm swapping, I'm getting finger or paper cuts on my finger, grabbing the disc. It's just crazy. Now I don't have to worry about that. I can play Neon Hat all day, go right into That Guy as Will VR, and play as much as I want.
Exactly. And you're fingered, and it's great. Listen, play their PSVR2. I heard from Alex. There's news. He told me this. I have stayed away from the internet, from Twitter, from Google News feed, from anything. I don't even read text because I'm afraid I'm going to hear the news. You told me, Alex, that there is a release date, there is a price, but I haven't looked at anything. I want to go in blind. You know the info, and you set up a nice little introduction and a segment for us right now.
Yeah, Adam, this morning I settled in for work. I started, browsing the internet because it was work, and I just browsed Reddit while I'm working instead of working. And I noticed that there was an announcement 30 minutes into my workday that there has been information released from Sony on the PSVR 2. And I'm happy to share that with you, Adam. I'm so glad that you abstained from this information. We can turn the tables like you did on that last PSVR announcement where they showcased Resident Evil for me, and I got super hyped for stuff that never came to fruition. But let's get you hyped. Let's get both hyped together. This is a big day for us, all right? It's the return of our podcast relevancy. But first, hit me up with that gamer juice that's making you make that face.
Normally, I have this tea. It's called Peach Tranquility. It's really good. I just tasted this. It tastes like a nasty case of gonorrhea.
Are you sure that's not just urine?
No, the way it tastes, I'm really not sure.
Okay, well, that doesn't sound great.
Something is wrong. Something, because this doesn't taste like tea at all. It doesn't taste like peach. Either it's gone bad, or
Adam has legitimately been drinking urine, and he doesn't realize it. Adam, my gamer juice, we got to get the ball rolling, Adam. My gamer juice is AHA caffeinated citrus plus green tea. You can't see
You're going to need it because we're going to be up all night.
We're popping bottles, baby. This is big stuff. But Adam, okay, enough of this. What is the news? What is the big news? Adam, it has been announced. The release date has been announced. January 15th, 2023. Last of Us is coming to HBO. Are you excited?
I hate you. I hate you. No. I hate Last of Us. I'm not watching. Is it really coming out then?
It really is. Yeah, okay. Looked pretty good, but that was a nice red herring. Adam, okay, all right. Adam, I think I already told you what the launch day is, but I don't remember what it is. So much is going on. Adam, what I'm going to do is go through this news report and highlight some important information. But before I do that, I want to get your thoughts on what the release, what the information is before we get to it. So going through the PlayStation blog, they had a nice thing posted here today. Headline is PlayStation VR 2 launches in blank at blank. So just kind of scrolling through here, taking a look. Adam, what month do you think PlayStation VR 2 is launching? Did I tell you that already?
You did tell me February, right? I don't remember the day.
February. So that is earlier than we expected, right? We thought it was going to be the end of Q1, which would be about March or something like that.
That's what you said. I said early, and you were like, "It's gonna be Q1. They're gonna push away." So Playstradamus can suck it. Wrong. That's the first wrong thing.
Playstradamus is not known for his accuracy. But do you have a guess on the date, Adam? Do you want to play beans on this for how close and far off you are?
Dude, this tea is so bad. I feel like okay. What's the over under? I have to get it within what?
Within 5 days. So
5 days.
You have a 10-day window.
28 days in February.
Yeah, you have a 10-day window, man. Don't suck. All right.
10-day window.
Yeah, plus or minus 5. What day do you think it's going to be? February blank.
I'm going to have to go. If I have a 10-day window, I should go with the 18th. That gives me that almost guarantees me a win unless it's like the first few days. I'm going February. Oh, wait, no. I was thinking about it wrong. Never mind. I'm an idiot. Screw it, I'm going to 18th anyhow.
All right, Adam, that's a bean for me because the launch date is February 22nd, 2023.
Oh, dang. I was cutting it close. Okay.
Yeah,
22nd. That's
February
so
22nd,
random.
20. Yeah, I don't know what, it's probably like a Thursday or something like that. I could, I'll just look it up.
Why not Valentine's Day, right?
I
Like,
mean, I'm going to get it for myself on Valentine's Day. It's a Wednesday. Normally these things come out on Thursdays. It's a Wednesday, February 22nd, the last Wednesday of the
listen,
month.
this is good though, because I can take 2 days off on. Wait, so does that mean I can pick it up Wednesday at midnight? So I need to take Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday off?
Or if you're ordering it online, it might hopefully ships and lands on Wednesday. Oh, that's
Dang it.
terrifying thinking about that. I'm going to get targeted again and it's going to come like 2 weeks late. Oh my God. I can't let this happen. Sorry. No, yes. February 2020, February 2022, 2020, no, February 22, 2023.
There you go.
Too many twos. 22223 is what it is. 22223.
Yes, it is $200. I know.
It's 200. How did you figure that out? I guess maybe they're going for a motif here. PSVR2 on 2/22/2023. That would be the marketing campaign. Sony, send me some bucks. I just solved that for you. All right, Adam. So here we go. Here is the PSVR2 lineup and recommended retail pricing for each product. Okay, there's a little hint there. So,
okay.
Adam, you remember when the PSVR2 or PSVR first came out? There were bundles, right? There was, what was 2 or 3 bundles?
Oh yeah.
How many bundles do you think there are with this one?
Oh, there is a bundle. Good. I wanted this. Because remember I asked you, do you think, well, I think we talked about if the bundle was going to have a digital game or a physical game. You thought they would only have digital. We'll get into that. I'm thinking I'm assuming Horizon is you're going to have to pay for it. It would be nice if you didn't, but I think they're going to make us pay. I think there's going to be one with Horizon. I think there's going to be one maybe with Resident Evil. All of them are going to have what other peripheries could you have other than the controllers? I'm trying to think of you don't need a camera. I guess maybe if you wanted to stream. So let's say I'm going to say 3 of them.
3 bundles, Adam. There are 2 bundles.
Oh.
I'm sorry to tell you, there are 2 bundles. Before we get into the bundles, we're going to talk about the basic bundle, the basic set. And this is where the rubber meets the road, Adam. You have the basic set with the PSVR2 headset and the 2 Sense controllers and stereo headphones, which I'm guessing is like earbuds. Because what else? It's not it's not those overhead things. Just from what I can see in the images, I think that's an easy way to make it sound like there's something else in the box when really it's just you're going to have headphones. So yeah, that's what's in the basic set. Here it is, Adam. Oh, I'm burying the lead. Adam, I want you to guess the price. Before we do that, I'm going to lay out the prices of the nearest competitors for the PSVR 2. So we have the Quest 2, kind of the elephant in the room, $399. Although I thought it was supposed to go up to $499, but anyways, we'll say $399. I googled, I could buy one at Best Buy right now for $399 new.
Okay, fair.
The Quest Pro recently announced $1,499.
Ridiculous.
Yep. The newly released Pico 4 VR, kind of a Chinese knockoff of Quest, a competitor in that sense. It is approximately $579.
You would think if it were a competitor, it would be cheaper, but okay.
Yeah, I know. Kind of weird, right? The Pimax 5K. This is one of the upper tier headsets. It is $599. The 5K, I think, indicates the resolution that you're probably getting out of it. A little bit more than 4K. They have like an 8K that's like $1,500. We're not talking about that. Right. And then the next nearest competitor is the Index, Valve Index. You're a Steam boy. You're a Steam Decker now.
I'm a deckhead.
You're a deckhead. The Valve Index is the headset with the controllers is $999.
Ooh.
So.
And you need a good PC.
And you need a PC for that. Yeah. So
effort.
And the thing to note is that the PSVR 2 has, the nice lenses, the great headset, the airflow. It has the haptic feedback, all this fun stuff. And
you also have to have a PS5 though.
So. Well, and it has all these new fancy controllers. So think about all this technology rolled in. These are things that the other things don't have. So keeping in mind those price points, Adam, I want you to guess. And we're going to put a bound of, let's say, I want you to guess within $20 on this one. If you don't get it within $20, you're going to have to eat a bean. Adam, what is the price for this basic bundle, PSVR 2?
So here's my thinking. You have to be competitive, right? You have to have a PS5. That's already $500. I don't remember what it only digital is. I know it's less. I don't remember how much.
That's 400, 399. Yeah.
Or okay. So you're gonna have to have at least that. I don't think they can make it as low as Quest 2. $400 is just too low, but you have to be within striking distance of that, I think, because otherwise Quest 2 is wireless, it's Facebook, it has more of the like mind share, I feel like. 579, it can't be $600. It can't be. There's no way. No one would buy it. Index is no, I mean, by the time you buy it, I think it's $499.99. I think total, I don't think you could expect people to buy more than $1,000 worth of merchandise to get your VR fix.
So do you remember what the price of the PSVR1 was when it launched?
It was somewhere near there, right? 500.
The most
Something?
basic one was $399.
Oh dang!
I think it
Oh,
ended up being $499 with the bundle that came with the camera and the Move controllers.
Okay, and that's why I think this. Gosh, with inflation and crap, now you're scaring me. You're scaring me, making me think it's higher. Like, it can't be 600. I mean, to think of the new technology, the new headset, inflation rates. I don't know if you're just trying to get in my head. But if that was 400, or 500, I'm gonna have to stick with it. I hope it's $500.
Just so your guess is $499.99. Adam, the launch price of the PSVR2 basic bundle is $549.99. Now, Adam, you are on a very good track there because I have a feeling that Sony was angling for $499 and then inflation hit and it raised the price to $549 for them. We've had about 10% inflation the past year, and that's about a 10% increase.
That's a lot of money, though. Think about that.
So, but think in hindsight, I think the PlayStation 4, when it came out around that time, was probably around $399, maybe $299. Let me look up what the launch price of a PlayStation 4 Pro.
Well, I'm just thinking, if you just want virtual reality, you don't want to play PlayStation, you have to drop in. About time you pay tax, about time you buy a few games, you're $1,200 deep. Mm-hmm. That is, I don't know many people are going to do that. That's wild.
Well, if you look at
it's more than the PS5. The PS5 is only $500.
The PlayStation 4 Pro was $399 when it came out, which means when the PlayStation 4 was out, it was probably around $299 or so. And the PSVR came out at $399. So it's not, it's nothing new that the headset's more expensive than the console. But it is a bit disheartening, right? Like what is the peripheral now, right? It's the VR is not the peripheral. That's the console. The PlayStation 5 is the peripheral in that sense. But $549.99.
If I didn't already have a PS5, I feel like that would rub me the wrong way. I mean, how is that headset more expensive than the console running it? That is nuts.
It's always has been, Adam. Always has been.
It's like having a keyboard that's more expensive than your PC.
Does this change your thoughts on the PSVR 2? Are you going to hesitate? What's your game plan to tackle that amount of money? I'll tell you right now, I'm getting a second job.
I'm turning tricks into Brit. I mean, we run a freaking podcast. We're gonna buy it. It helps that we bought the PS5 like 2 years ago, so it softens the blow because I'm like, okay, well, I probably got a lot of use out of the PS5 by now. Now, time to invest. Now, what does hurt is I bought that Steam Deck, and that was $550, and I did that 3 months ago, and so now I'm gonna have to choke a wad. But there's Christmas. I can tell everyone I want money. And then get second job, turn tricks. I mean, I got to do it. We have the podcast. I love VR. I don't play PSVR that often anymore because I've been dying for new content, for upgraded controllers. Everything they are going to show is what I want. So what's scary? What I'm interested now, Alex, if you're ready to move on,
Yeah,
that is the basic bundle.
That's the basic bundle.
So now I'm scared. What the F is the advanced bundle? There has to just be games, right?
So one more bundle, PlayStation VR2 Horizon Call of the Mountain bundle. It comes with a PlayStation Store voucher code for Horizon Call of the Mountain, PSVR2 headset, PSVR2 Sense controllers, and stereo headphones. So really the only thing new here is the game. Now, what is the price of this bundle, Adam?
Oh no! Oh no!
Wait, you got to eat a bean first of all. You were way off.
Well,
you were
you
50...
have to eat a bean too, butthole, because I got February right.
Okay.
Oh no, Alex, no! I'm so scared. And you can't charge more than $50 for that game. You can't do it. That should be a pack-in game with the price of $5.50. That should come with it.
I got a peach.
You got a good bean.
I got a peach. A peach.
Why did you just eat a barf? First of all,
because I don't have all the beans. My kids ate a bunch of them, so I just picked the worst one.
But they know to avoid the barf.
Avoid the barf.
Well, here we go. Toasted marshmallow or stink bug.
That's a loser.
Dang it. Okay, serious. Well, this gives me a little hope that if they're selling Horizon as a game, that means there's got to be an Astrobot in there. They may have not announced that there has to be an Astrobot demo and game coming with it. There has to be.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to replace
be
that with Horizon, which I would have been bummed. So the thing is, I don't really want to play Horizon. I will, but I don't. It just looks like, I don't know. That isn't the thing that excited me. I'm going to say it can't be more than $50. It can't.
Bringing the price
I'm
to
going
what?
to say $599.99.
$5.99. That is right on the money, Adam. $5.99.99.
This is going to ruin my night. The whole podcast is ruined right here.
So while you chew on that, I just want you to think then.
It hit all. Oh. And then I got crap to wash it down. Like, okay, what's the next news?
Well, no, I just want you to think then. Okay, so Horizon Call of the Mountain, our big concern, right, is that this isn't going to be a full game. It's not going to be a real thing. It's going to be, this kind of pack-in title, potentially a budget.
It almost tastes like coffee, like this awful, decrepit, moldy coffee.
Call of the Mountain.
And then because it was warm, the tea is warm, it just made it worse. Oh my.
Call of the Mountain is this pack-in type game. Apparently it costs $50. Now, do you think it only costs $50 because it's a, smaller game compared to the normal $70 PS5 game? Or do you think it costs $50 at a discount, and if you bought it by itself, it would normally be $70?
Dude, if it's not a full-fledged game, dude, Alex, that's awful. If it's not a fully fledged game at $50, heads are gonna roll because that is atrocious. That, unless we get more information, that's why I'm not gonna buy that bundle, because I'm not gonna buy a $50 5-hour experience that is basically like a lot of the PSVR demos that we got. Now I'm hoping it's much more fledged out. So for that $50, I have to think that one, it won't be 70, right? I mean, yeah. PS5 titles are on next level. They're like, 30 to 50 hour games. It uses the DualSense controllers, high fidelity. Oh, like I'm literally coughing. I may die here. Tonight may be it. So that's my thought there. Okay. Do you have a different thought? Like, are you in the same? As
much as I agree with you that I don't want to pay $50 for what is probably going to be like a 10 if you're lucky hour experience. Like to me, this feels like the Batman VR of the PlayStation VR2 launch. It feels like that. And I don't want to pay $50 for a Batman VR experience, but I have to play it, right? I have to get it. If this is the cheapest way to get the game, then this is how I'm going to get the game.
Okay, so here's the thing. We will probably find out the price. Oh, dang.
We will find out the price because when you do the pre-order, you can also pre-order games. So we'll know then.
Here's the thing. I know we run a podcast. I know I love VR. But at some point, there has to be a line. And if the games, you're telling me second segment, we're going to cover trailers and the games that are being announced. If there's enough games out there that I want to play other than Horizon, I'm sorry. I'm not going to get it because I want to play Res Infinite, Area Y. or To the Top 2, or F me, Battlezone 2 or something, like, so that's where I stand. I will consider purchasing it depending on the other games that are out there.
I'll be the one that plays that for the podcast. You're welcome, listeners. You'll get a reasoned response, reasoned review of that game.
Oh,
Adam,
so you just hinted that there must be good games. Because you
mean,
just assumed that now I'm not going to buy it because.
yeah, well, of course you're not going to buy it, Adam. Do you buy any game? Adam, PlayStation VR2 has an accessory. One accessory has been announced, an official accessory. Remember when the PS5 came out, there's like all sorts of stuff you could get for it, and I, like an idiot, got it all, and I use none of it.
Yeah.
There's one peripheral.
Headphones.
No, we already said they got the stereo headphones.
No, I meant like the good one.
Okay, well, no, it's not. Do you want to guess what it is? You want me to just tell you and you guess the price?
No, I want to guess it. I want to guess it.
Okay, one peripheral. Yeah.
I can't be a camera because their camera is already pretty good. Is it something to play with, or is it a setup device?
I think a setup device. Yeah, you're not going to be adding stuff to the games. Yeah.
Okay. A headrest.
Lay your head back.
Or no, like for a headset. You put the headrest on.
I'm so tired of playing VR.
I know. Okay, go on. I don't.
It is the PlayStation VR2 Sense controller charging station. You should have seen that coming.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So, Adam, this is so you can set up your Sense controllers and charge them through a simple click-in design without having to connect to a PS5 console.
Oh no, that's $50 right there.
That's it. That's right there. $50. That's how much it is.
Why don't they make that a bundle?
I would much rather that be in the bundle than Horizon, right?
Yeah, 100%. Because I am gonna buy that. I hate charging via the little cords, and the PS5 only has one.
Yeah.
No, you could go in the back. You could make it work,
but it only has one USB-C. So if this charges with USB-C, it maybe doesn't need to. Then yeah, you're using up that port.
Yeah.
But if you can, so does this charge? Yeah, I think it's probably going to have like its own plug-in for the wall. Anyways, yeah, $50 for that. Yeah. So I think that's all the peripherals, Adam. So I'll just mention here briefly. I got an email. You haven't checked your email. You probably have one too. Listeners, if you're one of the lucky few, you probably have an email as well. If you did the whole PlayStation Direct thing, my email says, "Congratulations, you have been selected." I'm a premium person. Play PSVR,
you're a
Alex.
Premium Select.
I'm a premium select. Play PSVR, Alex. This is your exclusive opportunity to pre-order PSVR2. Exclusive access on 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern, November 15th through 10 a.m. Eastern, November 18th. It's a 3-day window they're giving you. And it says, or while supplies last. So really, I imagine that window is actually a 1-hour window. And it's given me a unique link to enter the event. So I have a link here I can click that's going to take me to my pre-order page to pre-order the PSVR 2. This is my strategy. This worked well for me with the PS5. I was in the middle of work. I ignored everything I was doing, much to the chagrin of my coworkers, and focused on getting this done. Hopefully I can do the same thing this time. But yeah, you'll have a link. So check your inbox, check your spam. This is in like a promotions folder on my Gmail. But yeah, it says on the date and time of the event, click your unique access event link, log in using your email address associated with your PSN ID, pre-order your PSVR 2, and sit back and relax and wait for your PSVR 2 to arrive. So I'm definitely going to do this. It seems like it's going to be my best chance to get a PSVR. But Adam, assuming you have the link, are you going to trust this, or are you going to try to get it like through GameStop or something like that?
Well, here's the thing. I actually don't think, I'm going to check right now. I don't think I got the email or I don't think I will have gotten it because you spend a lot more money than I do. The only way I'm going to get it is because I was a PlayStation Extra member or whatever the heck they call it.
So there is a link on the blog post, a link to register for the pre-order. So I think there's a way to get around it if you didn't get emailed with the select. You're not part of the selected group. Okay, who will be selected to receive an invitation? When will I know if I've been selected? If you're selected, we'll contact you via email. So I think you can sign up to be selected if you haven't been selected. So there's an option there. Can I pre-order more than one? No, you get one per PSN ID per household. And let's see, what is the launch date? February. Oh, so the registration just says 2023. Okay. What games will be available? All right, so I'm going to read, only going to tell you games that are, yeah, we know these: Resident Evil Village, Walking Dead, Horizon, No Man's Sky, Star Wars Tales from Galaxy's Edge, Demio, and the PSVR2 exclusive Horizon Call of the Mountain. It still doesn't say that these are available at launch. It just says these are currently in development. Big question: do I need a PS5 console to use PSVR2? Yes, you do. You need a PS5, even though PlayStation wisely predicted that you're probably also going to use this on your PC in the next year or so. So that's kind of the idea of how you're going to pre-order, Adam. Again, are you going to do this, or are you going to go with GameStop? How are you going to make this happen for you? Because it's going to be beans all night if you don't get one of these on launch day.
Well, I checked my emails. I don't have it.
Okay,
So,
so beans all night.
so beans all night. Thankfully, there's GameStop, there's Best Buy. I'll have you send me that link. I can register. A lot of the listeners are probably in the same boat. I don't have all the fancy PlayStation stuff. I don't buy games that I don't play on the store. They know you're a grade A sucker. So of course they're going to go after you first, and of course you're going to probably buy everything, and you're going to drop 800 right there, right on what November 11th.
I'm going to
So
spend way too much money, and I'm
I
going to, like I
it
said,
would make me feel better to do that, because I don't know when like the GameStop or Best Buys are opening up for pre-orders.
yeah, that's a tough call, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
it is. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pre-order this way for sure. Whatever, buy it this way. I'm also probably going to put a pre-order down at like Best Buy. They've been good success with me and Best Buy. I'm probably going to pre-order one there just to hedge my bets and cancel whichever one doesn't come in first, or return it or sell it, not scalp it, but sell it to somebody for whoever's looking for it. Even though they said they're going to have 2 million at launch, I still kind of doubt it. The fact that they're doing this like select access thing. So I'm nervous. I'm cautiously optimistic. I somehow ended up with two PS5s when that came out, so I'm hoping I can get two
And that is
PSVR2s.
going to be a lot harder to find than this.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Especially with that price tag, all sorts of stuff. But PSVR1 was hard to find for a while. I had to go to Canada to get mine last time. So here's hoping. But that's enough for the news, Adam. Is there anything else you want to know about that? Otherwise, we can go into the second segment and discuss some of these new game announcements they've made.
Well, while we got a little time, I just want to. What do you think this is going to do for the market? Do you think the fact that you need the PS5 and it's 550, do you think that's high enough that it's going to take away the casual? I mean, here's the thing. We know that Jay Brat and Shafe Dog and Will and the people who cover the things, or the people who are VR enthusiasts, they're going to buy it. That's fine. But the casual gamer, maybe our siblings or our friends that don't have podcasts and don't live for VR, do you think this excludes them? Are they going to look and say that's too much?
That's a really good question because this is outside of that. So October, the PSVR one launched in October. That's primed for Christmas. This is well away from the Christmas time, right? Like what? How are you going to make this happen? Unless people are like going to get pre-orders of it for Christmas. I don't see casual gamers buying this necessarily. Again, this is relatively niche market. Now, here's the interesting thing. So the PC market hasn't had a lot of VR action happening recently, and so people who are really into VR and really into PC VR haven't really had much love given to them. It's kind of like they've been stuck with Oculus Quest 2 plugged into their PC. They probably want something better, more fidelity. They don't want to drop $1,500 on some weird Valve Index that has like $200 controllers or something. So I do think this kind of caters to that market a bit. Like these hardcore PC gamers might have a PS5. They might want the next gen VR. They might just be gobbling this up too. So I don't think it's going to make up that difference of casual gamers who would have bought the PSVR at a lower price, but I do think we'll have a bit of influx of people like jumping on this. VR enthusiasts who don't have a PS5 already, probably going to be jumping in on this a bit because it's like this, to me, from what I can gather, this is like the next gen PSVR or next gen virtual reality. It's the next one doing new things, better graphics, and all that fun stuff. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's a smart-ish move. The price point sucks, but prices suck everywhere right now, so you can't really avoid that.
Yeah. I always like to stop and think and listen to the little man inside you, like somewhere what's that game? Kojima with the little baby fetus?
Um, Death Stranding.
That's right. It's like the Death Stranding. There's a little fetus inside you, and he's going, yeah, something like that. What is the little man inside you telling you? Like, is there any hesitation, or are you just like, that's the price? That's what I'm paying? Or are you disappointed? Like, deep down, what are your feelings?
The price, I kind of expected something in that ballpark range. I've mentally prepared myself. Like I said, second job on its way to afford this. But it really, like, I expected that price point. I'm not worried about that. Now, what I am getting worried about is that as we approach launch and I need to pre-order games because I want, we have the podcast. This is different than PS5, right? PS5, I didn't want to buy every game. This, it's VR. Like, I will dip my toes in all sorts of weird genres. I'll want to play everything. So that's where the prices are going to add up, because these games are going to be $50 apparently, even for these small experiences.
But do you think that's just because that's Horizon? That's like their, as you said, their Batman? Or so I know we're going to talk about the trailers and the games here in the next segment. Do they have prices associated with them, or just
Not
trailers
yet.
And they say later launch title?
Not yet. I don't even know if they officially consider them launch titles. I think they better be launch title-ish, because some of these games look like something we need to launch with.
Okay.
They say it's planned to launch 2023. Of course, they're opening the door for some of these to get pushed back, which happens. But I think these will probably be launch titles. If they're announcing it now with the launch information of PSVR2, we should expect some of these things to drop.
Yeah. I mean, that would be dirty to do that. And then, I mean, granted, if it comes out in March or April, I mean, is that a game changer? Probably not. But yeah, I feel like I don't know. I don't think I'm disappointed. I knew it was going to be expensive. When you're talking about $500, the difference between 500 and 550 is minimal. I'm a bit disappointed still that it's a digital version of Horizon. That screws me over. I like to buy these games, play these games, and then sell it on eBay. So I pay. That's what I would do if I can get Horizon physically. I would play it, sell it off, and then end up playing it for $20 or something. I don't know. I'm a bit. I guess that's fine. No. I was like, it would be nice if it came with some peripherals or something new. But I mean, the camera you're going to be able to stream yourself with, the PS5 camera, it's already good enough. Of course, you need the charging thing. Power A is going to sponsor us to give us the headrest for the PSVR2 headset. That's right. And yeah, man, I don't know. I think, like, right now I'm even keel. Everything seems reasonable. I think where I'm gonna start getting real horny is once we talk about the games, because they mentioned 2 days ago. There's an article about how the developers acknowledge that God of War Ragnarok doesn't use all the PS5 features. It's this freaking old bullcrap generation holding us back, man. It's been 2 years. Move on. If you haven't gotten a PS5, they're available now. They're at freaking Walmart. Go buy one, bro. So I hope they utilize the features. You don't have to utilize every single feature in a PSVR2, but either you need to be like stifled and you need to be really unique and weird with it and make you feel something inside, or you need to be real cool, like Farpoint, and have an aim controller, or have, like, I don't want to say a gimmick, but something that your game centralizes around that makes it unique and makes it super fun and unlike anything that you've experienced before.
Yeah. I I don't know. We'll see, Adam, when these games come up that I'm going to be talking to you about in the next segment. So get excited. There's some good ones. There's some not so big surprises, but there's a couple that I think are really interesting. Nothing groundbreaking, right? This isn't Mario on PSVR2 or anything, but there's some good stuff here. So get ready, and we'll cover these newly announced games right after the break.
This is Play PSVR2, the podcast. Alex, we're so close. I wish I could feel these nips, dude. They can cut glass. I am ready. I am so excited. to talk about the game. So I mean, already, you know, headset we've already talked about. I'm already psyched at the new technology. The controllers are going to be nuts, but it's going to come back to the games. Are the games going to put it overboard? I'm easier to please than you because you're a curmudgeon. It's weird. You love hardware, but you're sour on games, or you're at least more criticizing of games. I'm kind of the opposite. I'm an optimist. I'm going to look at these. I'm probably going to lose my mind. So hit me up. You got what, a YouTube video or trailers, or what are you doing?
Yeah, so launch today as well on the PlayStation blog. They have, and I can go ahead and share my screen now so we can see. Let me pull
And if you're listening to the podcast, you could still, you'll hear the audio of the trailer. You're going to hear our voices, but you can also, if you go to YouTube, actually see the trailer as we talk about it. Because again, I have not seen the games. I have not seen trailers. This is all new to me, and I believe for you too as well, Alex. Right?
Yeah, I haven't seen the trailers. I saw the games. I haven't seen the trailers. That's why I wanted to go through this with you. But Adam, we have 11 new PSVR2 games announced. I'm going to assume some of these are launch titles, especially based on some of the things I'm seeing on this list. But without further ado, we don't want to waste time. Let's get into this, Adam. 11 new PSVR2 games announced. Forget the names here. We'll see them later.
I haven't heard of any of those.
Yeah, posted on the blog today. But right out of the gate, I think this is my favorite one that you're going to like. Well, here's a little preview image, Adam. You can see this looks like it looks two hands praying, some kind of alien soldier, some cartoony guy, the Hello Neighbor guy. That's a franchise you don't know, but it's pretty popular. Then some alien looking thing. That's fine. Whatever. You don't know. Developers introduced their new titles coming to PSVR 2 in 2023. Adam, right out of the gate. This is the one I think you don't realize that you wanted. This is the Dark Pictures.
I don't even know what Switchback is. Supermassive Games.
That's
so obviously it's going to be horror. I'm wondering if it's
Supermassive
going to be a
Games.
on-rail shooter again.
Oh, I got to enter my date of birth here. We're just going to go with the 0101.
Oh, baby.
1980? Yeah.
What is it? June 9th, 1969.
Here we go, Adam. From the studio behind Rush of Blood.
Okay, there we go. Very
This
nice.
is all I need. I just need another Rush of Blood. That's all I want.
The thing is, like, I don't want it to be the Inpatient, you know? Like, is this a sequel to Rush of Blood?
I don't think it's an official sequel, but it is. It looks like a next gen Rush of Blood.
Oh yeah, it's on rails again, isn't it?
That's fine with me. I'm on a roller coaster.
I mean, you can have some on rails games. You just can't have too many. This looks real good.
Yeah.
Oh, it has the same guy.
Even if they just said it's Rush of Blood, same game with better graphics, I would be excited about it. This looks great. This is looking great.
I don't know how or why, but Rush of Blood has staying power. Mm-hmm. Like, even now, I will gladly go boot up Rush of Blood and play through that.
Oh,
this looks pretty good. You got the metal music in the background. I'm sure it's going to be jump scares galore. You know, I really hope it's more of wish list now. So one thing I will say, when I was looking up the neon hat sale, you know, just for that joke, I noticed there is now a PSVR 2 category selection in the PlayStation Store that I've never seen before. I didn't click on it, but some of these are probably on there. Wonder if we could get some info. Either way, yeah, I like that. You know, horror is one of my favorites, and I think it utilizes VR very well, or VR utilizes it, whatever you want to say it. Yeah, so good start.
So Dark Pictures, that's a whole anthology. They have a lot of like scary games. I
played 2 of them, yeah.
Okay, so I probably need to play these to get up to speed, although story is not really important here, but that's just a thing I'm going to have to investigate and maybe start looking into. Playing those to get ready for this, although I'll just say right at the gate, this is the one I'm most hyped for. I'm super excited about it. Rush of Blood, but with adaptive triggers and things like that. I'm here for it. So, anything else? Move on to the next game.
Yeah, let's do it. We got to go through
Crossfire.
Sierra Squad. So this could be the better Firewall 0 Hour. I'm sure I'm going to get blasted for that, but
Smilegate. They're a known developer. I don't think they're known for great games, but
great.
I think Crossfire might be that game that kind of came out and it bombed. It was like a tactical team shooter, although this looks pretty decent. I mean, if you're looking for a Call of Duty type multiplayer.
So I don't remember Alvo. Does this resemble Alvo with better graphics?
It looks like a more solid Alvo, maybe. Although, so they just showed that scene where like a sniper's rifle like flashed red before he shot you. That makes me think maybe there's like a single player component you have to think about, because some of this stuff looks like single player gaming,
which is good. I want
which
both.
is good. I want both, yeah. Although maybe it's like fighting bots or something like that. But this is, I'm liking what I'm seeing.
So, but when you have a shotgun, did he just grab that, throw it back,
grenade and threw it back? Yeah,
that's nice. When you have a sniper and you hold it with two hands, how is it going to work with the controllers? Do you think?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people for like Quest and stuff will 3D print like a mount, or they can buy like a mount to slot the controllers in. I don't know if I want to do that. It's going to feel weird. It's always going to feel weird if they're just floating in space, but maybe I'll get used to it.
Maybe they need to come out with an aim controller fast. This game looks pretty good. Like, even if it's not as action-packed as this is depicting, I mean, this looks like a game I would play day one. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. This looks better than Firewall to me. Like, it looks like there's more action. Now, is it as tactical as Firewall? I don't know. But I'm not necessarily down for being super tactical. And, like, I'm more of a run and gunner, like a Rambo. And that's not what Firewall is. And so this, I kind of like the idea of it.
So, yeah, they're mentioning here, enemies you face aren't just unintelligent NPCs. They have acute AI, so clearing them out won't be easy. But you can recruit a friend or two or three and jump into large-scale co-op play. Okay, so they're not mentioning deathmatch, which might not be great. It looks like it's just going to be co-op. Yeah.
Although, do you really dislike that? I mean, I think it's more fun for you and me to be on the same team. We go fight bad guys. We achieve missions. We can play together. I don't mind that. I actually, honestly, I think I would like that better.
So this sounds a bit lofty. It says 60 campaign missions will keep you riveted. 60. Here's what I think this is actually. I think this is actually going to be like 20 campaign missions with 3 difficulty levels. That's what I think is going to happen. If they call it an impact of an arcade shooter. So I guess this is not going to be the multiplayer first-person shooter people are hoping for. But again, like you said, that's not really my jam. I'm not really into that too much. I'm excited about this. I think normal gamers probably won't get too hyped for a non-multiplayer first-person shooter. But yeah, no, this could be our new Battlezone app. It lacks that kind of stuff, but I do like the idea of a dedicated co-op squad-based shooter, and boss fights and stuff. So this, I'm getting on board. It's to be seen. I might have to investigate what Smilegate's done, but this is.
I would rather play that than Horizon. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. We got 11 of these.
The Light Brigade by Funktronic Labs. I have no idea what this game.
The Light Brigade. Okay.
Yeah.
A minute and 20 seconds.
All right. Got some bridge and a seed. Is this just a sequel to Zing? Land Beyond.
I'm not too. What?
Oh, okay. Wait, this looks.
It's another shoot. This looks like a PSVR game, not PSVR2.
Yeah, what's going on with it? So there's like magic and guns. Okay. Looked like there was some co-op there because it looked like somebody else was on your team. I'm okay with the kind of janky graphics. Okay, he's pranked. So this is like an artistic approach to a first-person shooter.
I'm not feeling this one as much.
What if it was $10? There you go. There's your Kingdom Hearts type stuff.
I mean, if it were $10, I would just do it to review it and tell everyone else not to buy it. But this looks like a PSVR game. Like, I got new controllers. I just spent $550 effing dollars on a console. Show me something. Pre-order now. Yeah, that's a launch title, right? They wouldn't do pre-orders if it were coming out in May.
Yeah. Okay. What's going on with this? Is this just the Funktronic team logo? Okay, they spent half of the trailer with their logo. That's okay.
Yeah, that one. I'm not too keen.
Maybe there's more details. Yeah, world lies in ruins. With each passing day, the light grows dimmer. But you're shooting a bunch of guns, which is interesting for this kind of game. Yeah, for the realistic physics-based gunplay. Okay, heart-pounding shootouts. Climb the ranks through hard-fought battles. Is it supposed to be like a arcade game where you get the most points or something? I'm not.
Let's move on. I don't care. That one sucked.
Yeah.
Cities VR. Oh no, is this like Sim City?
Yeah. So this is
Fast Travel Games. They're a common. They're one of our buddies.
Yeah. So I think this is kind of your speed. This is like a VR version of like your trainer VR or something. But SimCity, I never liked the SimCity games. This seems like it might be your jam. People really like Cities VR. I think it had a wonky launch, but look at this. You're building a city. The graphics are looking appropriate for this kind of game. Nothing mind blowing, but
yeah.
The reason I don't like these games is I hate the controls. Maybe in VR it'll make more sense.
Yeah, I mean, think about like if I don't know if this is a game I'm honestly gonna buy and may wait for it on sale. The thing is, like, what I would really like is if what was that game on Super Nintendo?
SimCity.
No, you told me about it, where you build the city and then it turns into a 2D scroller.
Oh, ActRaiser? Yeah, this is not that.
I know, but that's what I wish we had. Like, you built a city and you were God. I mean, ActRaiser would be an incredible VR game. Because you are God, you are building stuff, and then you have to defend your people. That would be awesome.
So it does look like they're kind of focusing on like the down low action. Like, it is nice if you can build the city and then walk around the city. That would be interesting to me. I don't know what there would be to do in the city, right? Like
probably nothing, right?
Probably nothing. But if I could walk around, maybe drive a car, probably not drive a car. That's too much physics going on. But I just don't.
I like this better than what I should have done is rate them. So first one has to be what is it called?
We'll just call it Rush of Blood 2.
Rush of Blood 2.
VR. Switchback VR, but we'll call it Rush of Blood 2.
And then we got the Sierra.
Crossfire Sierra, right?
Crossfire, yep. And then I think the City. What was that thing called?
Cities VR, yeah.
Cities VR, and then
I think Cities VR might already be out on other platforms. Cities Skylines, yeah.
It looked like that controller was a non-PSVR2 controller.
It did. It looked like a Quest controller, didn't it?
Yeah. So, which also limits. I'm not excited now. Give me something unique. What was that game that sucked? The artistic one?
The Light Brigade.
Yeah, that one sucks.
I'm going to be optimistic about that one, Adam. Come on, man.
Dude, that looks like your type of stupid game you'd play.
So this says at the title of Light Brigade, it says announcement trailer, PSVR2 and PSVR game. So I wonder if it's going to be like a cross-platform release. Maybe that's why it looks nerfed.
Yeah, that could be. Which fail.
Okay, let's move on. Yeah, Cities says just PSVR2, but Light Brigade says PSVR2 and PSVR. But Crossfire's PSVR2.
Like,
Dark Pictures
quit.
PSVR2.
At this point, just quit with VR. Whatever. Move on.
Cosmonious High by So doesn't look great, Adam, right? It looked kind of cartoony.
Alchemy is another well-known developer.
Alchemy Labs. This has me ready.
And it has crude humor.
A wonderful place for the brightest young minds in the galaxy.
Yeah.
This looks like something for your kids.
Yeah. Okay, my daughter's gonna love that. So this looks like a space cartoony job simulator. Yep, just like Job Simulator.
Oh, you're like a walking prank machine. Love this powers thing.
Which, I mean, I feel like these have spots in the genre and in the game catalog. It's not really my jam, but so for me, that's probably after Cities VR.
Yeah, and that to me that's a game I got to get from the get go because that's what my kids are going to want to play. I like Job Simulator. It doesn't have a ton of stuff that I want to do in it, but I have fun jumping in there and playing every once in a while. And no loading screens, that's nice. Vibrant sounds with 3D audio. So maybe this is going to be the one that's going to showcase all these features that are in the PSVR 2 because they can do all sorts of weird stuff, right? They can have like the haptic or something's going to vibrate your head with the music or something like that. And it might 4K rendering at 90 FPS. That's pretty good. It's going to be looking nice. And there was a lot of like graphical effects happening there. It looked exciting. So I'm probably going to be on board with that one. Yeah, looks really good. Let's go.
Hello Neighbor.
So do you know anything about Hello Neighbor, Adam? This is like the games. I hated the 2D games. They're first person, and you're like playing hide and seek against this weird dude who's trying to kidnap you and I guess theoretically kill you. But the young kids love this game. It's a smash hit series that like
stupid play. What's the teddy bear Five Nights at Freddy's?
Exactly. Yeah, that kind of audience. But in VR, I could see it being a lot better if they can get over the glitchiness of just what the normal game looks like. Maybe they probably have the money now to do it since it was a huge success.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still gonna be like, I hate to be that guy, but like this, I think the theory and on paper is going to be good, but I just don't want to play a cartoon game. This does look pretty good. The graphics, if this is in-game graphics, this looks pretty good. I do have to admit.
Yeah, it's like you're in a house, and I think you have to figure out how to get out by like going through the house while somebody's trying to kidnap you. This looks in-game, but maybe not. Oh, there we go. He got you. So you got to come up with a plan to get out, and you got homies that you're helping. Man, I just don't know. It looks like a Tim Burton hide and seek.
Yeah, it's like I like the principle, but it just looks like a kids game.
So that initial trailer obviously was not in-game footage. This is the in-game footage, which is a bit less impressive. Not bad, but it looks like PS4 graphics, not PSVR graphics, but PS4 graphics.
Yeah. I think I would rather play that than Cosmonious High.
Oh, okay. This one says PSVR2 and PSVR game. So this is good. That's why it doesn't look great. It's just coming to PSVR2 and PSVR. So maybe it's nerfed. Do they say anything about PSVR2? What it's going to have? No. Okay. So this is one of those cross-platform. Of course, they want the kids to be able to buy it. I get it. Not my jam. Here's one.
If a kid isn't supposed to play VR until they're 12. Like technically,
12-year-olds love it. The 12-year-olds love it. Adam, this next one is just an announcement. Jurassic World Aftermath Collection. There's no trailer. I have a feeling this isn't going to be a launch title. I don't know why.
Is it even a game?
It is a game. It's probably like the Dino Viewer. You can walk around next to a dinosaur. A living museum where players can get up close and personal, say hi to a T-Rex without the fear of being eaten. I want the fear of being eaten. Oh, and Jeff Goldblum is apparently going to be in the game, so that's interesting. But the fact that they don't have, okay, so it looks like this game already is out, and this is just a collection of Part 1 and Part 2 of the previous released game.
Oh,
yeah. So
yeah, not really interested in that,
especially if there's no trailer, right? So okay, Adam, here's one. This is a game I have never played, always wanted to play. Apparently there's something new to it that we should get excited about. Pistol Whip. They're doing a PSVR2 trailer. Let's see what they have to say for us here, because we know this game. It says
PSVR2. It doesn't say PSVR. So hopefully this is specific to.
And it says not actual gameplay, but we know what PSVR2 is. So yeah, that's just a person. This is live footage of somebody.
Dude, that's a really good camera they're using. That looks really good.
So if this is not going to show us gameplay footage, then I don't know what the point is. Like, what could Pistol Whip do to make PSVR 2 a thing? Haptics in the headset would be cool. Okay, here we go.
There we go.
So we could be playing this already. Maybe I just won't touch it. Here's what I want. I want this to be an automatic upgrade for people who have Pistol Whip on PSVR.
Yeah. This looks fun. It looks super hot if you could move and you took away
Super hot plus Beat Saber, right?
Yeah, that's not bad though. That looks pretty good.
Okay, hold on. We'll start. So the new things: fine-tuned haptics, finger touch detection, adaptive triggers, 4K HDR, 3D audio, and SSD optimization. Those are the new features. We should expect them coming 2023. Let's hope it's a free release, but I have a feeling it's going to be a paid release. Like you got to.
Yeah, you think they're going to make it pay?
They're going to say
not
something.
Bad.
Yeah,
that's my third favorite so far. I think a lot of action, looks fun. It's not a kid's game, and that's all you got to be to get in the top 3 at this point.
Yeah, I don't see anything saying like. What I'm looking for is something in the text here to be like, and all the previous stuff that we released is now included, which makes you think, oh, now you got to buy it. But this doesn't say that, which makes you think that if you already own it, you're just going to get this enhanced. Okay, the PlayStation VR 2 version will be a free upgrade for owners of the original PSVR version. Chef's kiss. Thank you, Cloudhead Games.
I should go ahead and buy it while it's cheap before they up the price. Okay.
Yeah, and I should not touch it until the PSVR 2 comes out, which
absolutely.
I wasn't
unless
planning.
You want to compare. You could play it now, and then when you play it again, you could be like, wow, it's so much better.
I'll be honest, Adam, I don't want to compare. I don't.
Okay, well then don't do it.
All right, so this is Zenith. This already came out on PSVR. This is like an MMO online RPG game.
Do you
on
remember
PS4.
Dark Eclipse? That was an MMO, and it didn't last too long, but it was a fun game. I played it a lot.
It wasn't online. You wasn't multiplayer, was it?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
this
how I met the dude who almost got fired at his job when he joined our podcast.
You're thinking not Dark Eclipse. You're thinking of that Zephyr game, that game that Zephyr played. It was a different one.
Dude, I'm telling you, it was Dark Eclipse.
I thought Dark Eclipse was that big booby girl. Anyways, this is a game that didn't look great on PSVR. It's looking all right on PSVR2, actually. My issue with these games is I never had the time to commit, right? Like, this is something you're going to have to play every day for hours, do the grind. Although, the issue with PSVR was that the controls were bad because you didn't have an analog stick. Now you have that. The graphics are better. This is a game that has been developed, content has been developed, so they've kind of probably streamlined any issues there were. So I'm more interested in playing this now than I was prior to PSVR.
Yeah, it looks like a new skin on. There was a game that it was multiplayer and you went to different levels. I don't remember what it was. It almost reminded me of like Lumberjack. Trickster. It looks like a new skin on Trickster VR. I'm not super interested in that.
Well, here we go. PSVR 2 version will be a free download to players who already own the game on PSVR. I love seeing this. This is great that they're just giving you a free update. Here you go. I'm gonna go out and buy it now. I'll just buy it now. I don't even care. Hundreds of hours.
Would I rather play this or Cities VR?
This is going to last you longer. Adam, it says it's a first day launch title for PSVR 2. So it's good to go, they say.
But I could make a city in the shape of a phallic object.
That's a valid point. That's a phallic point.
And I'm assuming you could go to other people's cities. Imagine if you're like, I want to see what Adam's doing. And there's just it's really hot and sweaty, and I'm just hanging dong in my city.
Climate control, and you crank that thing up, full humidity.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll play this. I'll get this.
Doesn't look that fun. I'm gonna put it on the.
So here's the thing, Adam. When we want to play a game, we want to get all the boys together and play a game in VR online together. This is going to be that. There's nothing else. I mean, if it's just like Shafe Dog and J-Brat, then yeah, we can get them in. If we want to get everybody together, this might be what we have to do, where we can get everybody in there, play a game, fart around. I'm excited about this. Adam, here's another game that's already out on PSVR. Vertigo Games, your favorite, the developers of, what's it called? The zombie game you hate?
Yeah. We'll think about it. Arizona Sunshine.
Arizona Sunshine. We'll think about it. But they also made that Fisherman's Tale that I love. Now, this came out on PSVR.
Okay, I remember this. They've already had a trailer. Looks awesome.
So on PSVR, it was janky. There were issues. I don't want to listen to you talk, man. I'm sorry. This is fine.
Yeah, that is dumb.
Okay.
At least be shirtless. Yeah, this is a day one. I'll play this. It looks good.
It's gonna be like a polished Arizona Sunshine, I'm guessing.
I mean, if it's polished, it's fine. Arizona Sunshine had, on paper, some good qualities. Yeah, this looks like this could be decent. Nothing groundbreaking, but it looks like it could be fun. I would play this.
What's funny?
I would rather play this than Pistol Whip. So would I rather play this than Crossfire? That's the question.
What's interesting is when they're showing the footage, they're intentionally not hitting the enemies. I don't know what that's about. They're intentionally avoiding hitting the enemies, which makes you think there's like janky hit detection or something. I don't know. It's like they're obviously not. That's an interesting take for a trailer here.
I mean, they've hit.
There we go. They hit him. Okay.
Chunky, meaty. We use haptics.
Okay, so I don't know. If it was this or Crossfire, I think I'd probably go with Crossfire. But this has, I mean, this is out. People seem to like it. I don't
So
know.
another game that we should buy probably if it goes on sale, which I'm sure some of these have, and we didn't buy it, or at least I didn't.
So this one is the one that I think does have a comment of like, it's going to include all the content that you could have bought with the last expansion packs. I think the issue with the PSVR launch of this game was that they didn't update it like they did on Quest and everything like that. So maybe it's going to be better now, and it's going to have those upgrades. I don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of like, I'm skipping through this.
I know there's a lot of crap I don't care about in here, but okay. I agree with that. I'll put it below Crossfire.
Tentacular.
Can't even see it.
It says okay, just for that after the fall. After the fall, we didn't even say what it was. After the fall was that last game we talked about. And it says, all the gory co-op goodness will be included free of charge to anyone who buys the game on PSVR2, which makes me think that you will, even if you have it on PSVR1, you're going to have to buy the PSVR2 version because this is like a Game of the Year edition or something. They call it. Okay. All right. Tentacular from Fire Punched Games UG. Now, the name of the development studio with all these weird letters and spelling makes me think it's going to be like a ranch planet.
Yes.
I'd love to be proven wrong. I'm
all for it. I would love a ranch planet day one. Yes. Yes. The thing is, these janky games are some that are fun, dude.
Yeah. Sometimes that's the magic, right? Like, there's like
the graphics aren't very good. They're very like choppy. It's cartoonish, but it's not smooth cartoonish. It's like
pixelated. Yeah,
it's not quite Minecraft, but it doesn't look great. It's definitely more of a comedy type game. You have tentacles and you're destroying stuff.
So maybe this is going to be something. If it's funny, if it lands the humor. Maybe it could be something like a just-in-time type, entertainment where it's funny and the gameplay is fun, but it looks like a anti-city builder. I don't know. You got people you got to make happy. Oh, toots.
Yeah, I don't know if this is something I'm like uber excited for. This is a game I play when it's $3 on the PlayStation. That's what this is.
Yeah, or again, this is another game for my children. But
kids may like it. Like it looks like you could wreak havoc.
All right. So the publisher is Devolver Digital. They don't mess around, honestly. They do some pretty funny games. I'm more in tune to this now that I know Devolver's publishing it. It means they must think that something good is there. But Adam, that was fast. That was the 11 games that they have that are approximately launched. So Adam, what's your top 2 games?
So it's got to be Rush of Blood 2, and I'm going to say it was Crossfire. Has a lot of action. And I mean, also we're assuming Firewall Ultra is, if it's not going to be a launch title, it's going to be very close. We know Horizon, which I'll have to look at again. I wasn't like insanely excited for Horizon, but I'm sure it would still be cool. Resident Evil, we don't know when that's coming out. That's going to be a blockbuster game. It may not be a launch title, but when it comes out, that's going to be a big puppy. And again, I have to think there's an Astrobot somewhere. I don't know where.
Yeah. Well, Astrobot, they had the small Astrobot demo, right? But then they released real Astrobot game later on in the cycle. I'll take a demo, right? Like we're getting a lot of stuff. I'm ready to play.
That's what That's what I'm thinking. It's going to be like PS5, like that Astro's Playroom, or like a mini 2-hour Astro game demo thing. Like I don't think it's going to be like a rescue mission, but we have to get something like that.
So here's what I'm excited about, Adam, is that when the PS5 came out, there was a lot of these like PS4 to PS5 upgrades, and it wasn't like an overhaul, right? It was always just like, the frame rate's better and like the graphics are a bit sharper. You're not going to notice that the game's not much better. Here, because we're taking PSVR games, putting them on PSVR2, we have better controls. We have utilization of haptic, like stuff that's actually going to change the game and make it better. And a lot of that jank that was being held back on PSVR is going to be made up for on PSVR2. So that's why like Zenith, which I wasn't interested in, I'm now very interested in. After the fall, I wasn't quite interested in. Now I'm pretty interested in because it's going to get that free upgrade. Those things got me excited. There was another game, so Pistol Whip, like that. I don't think you really need the movement for that, but it's still, I'll play it in PSVR2. The Cosmonia is high. That I like that better than I thought I was going to like it. But again, I think in the end, you and I are probably on the same page that Crossfire looks to be the most complete like co-op shooter that we could play together.
Mhm.
And of course, Rush of Blood 2, Switchback VR. That's going to be the game that you sit everybody in and say, check this out. Check out how awesome this is. That's going to be, to me, like the showcase game that you bust out at a party or something like that to make people get excited about VR again.
Yeah, I mean, but also there are a lot of games that we don't have trailers for yet. So first of all, like there is enough value here to where you could spend tons. There are 2 Resident Evil games, Resident Evil 4 and 8. I mean, think about No Man's Sky. If they utilize the new technology, No Man's Sky is going to be a game you can drop hours in.
Yeah, I hated No Man's Sky because of the control. Like moving around just didn't feel good. It wasn't terrible, but it didn't feel good. Now it'll feel good, and that will make me feel more comfortable sitting there for an hour mining ore off some random planet to get my spaceship off the ground. So,
yeah. And then there's a whole. I just pull up. There's a whole list of games that we just don't have. We don't know their launch titles, but we know they're coming. Ultra Wings 2, Wandering in Space. I'm trying to think of any that like resonate. There's golf. We've got Ghostbusters VR coming from End Dreams. And so I think there's going to be a lot of good stuff for PSVR 2. Those trailers were intriguing, certainly. I do believe Supermassive Games is probably going to have a hit there. So it was the only horror game, I think.
After the fall had zombies,
we don't know when Resident Evil's coming out, but that I found interesting because I feel like a lot of the launch games for PSVR were horror based. But dude, it's okay to me that they're not just banger after banger because again, we already have to drop $550. What they need to do though is ensure that they space them out in such a way that we are continuously intrigued and there's always something new that we want to play because you're not gonna. I know you're not gonna buy 10 games and play them all in one sitting. Yeah. You'll buy a couple of these games. By the time you play them, we're gonna get another game come March, April, and then we're gonna play that. They just need a steady stream. So I'm cool with what they've shown. Nothing is Area Y, Res Infinite, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, this gives me a lot of hope for the launch. I was afraid we were going to have like 2 games at launch. Now, the big thing missing is Half-Life Alyx, right? Apparently, it's not going to happen at launch. Maybe it'll never happen, but that was something I had hoped to be showcased. Maybe there's still a showcase or state of play to come around. It's weird that they just announced it as a blog post and not a state of play. So there's still
that also, that I thought was weird. And do you think that they've shown us the best that they can show? Like, do you think there's any like big hitters or big surprises that'll come between now and the release?
I don't think so because we already have Resident Evil 8 VR. Like that was Resident Evil 7 VR was a big, console seller for PSVR. And Horizon Call of the Mountain. Like those are the 2 big boys out there. And if you have a third one, I would never have thought like a launch lineup could be that good if there was another big guy out there like an Astrobot that they just for some reason haven't announced yet. Okay, granted, these are all third-party developers, right? So we haven't seen everything Sony has under the hood ready to launch. None of these were Sony published games.
Yeah.
So I get so Firewall, that's Sony's group now. I think that's Firewall people. Fire Sprite Games, we haven't seen what they're working on, but they got bought by Sony, the people who made the Persistence. So there should be something there. So maybe there's another pleasant surprise. But
you would think that they would have. So Horizon is going to be a Sony game, right?
That's Sony's jam, yeah.
And then Firewall Ultra. I'm assuming again that's launched. Maybe that's all they're working on. Like, if not, they've got to have something, right? Like your flagship VR, you have to have, and maybe those are what they're resting their laurels on.
Yeah, I mean, what has the Astrobot team been doing since Astrobot came out for PS5? It's been almost 2 years now, right? What have
Yeah.
they been doing since then? Hopefully making an Astrobot 2, right? That's the dream.
Yeah, dude.
But no, this is exciting times. And that's about it. It's getting late, Adam. Thank you for doing the emergency podcast with me. Thank you, listeners, for tuning in, watching these videos with us, and listening to us talk about them. Hopefully, it's not too boring on the podcast. But other than that, we will see you guys on the next episode of Play PSVR 2, the podcast, where virtual reality is our reality.